Bless Squad, what's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy, Blessed Applesauce, here to bless y'all with another video here on Blessed to Invest. And today I want to talk about a very important topic. This comes from Robert Kiyosaki. If no one's familiar with him, he's a real estate investor and like a motivational type speaker. And this idea is going to be very critical for anybody that wants to make money, learning how to make money, and they're trying to figure out like, where can I get more money from? I'm gonna break this down for you. It's called the cash flow quadrant. If you don't know what the cash flow quadrant is, and you're at a job, you're trying to figure out why is everybody making money? Why can't I get ahead? Breaking this down right here is really going to take you to the next level. So stay tuned. Make sure you spam the like button on this video and also sub down below, because we're going to break down the different quadrants and how you can make more money and how each quadrant is special and how using each one can help you achieve your goals and get to the next level. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. All right. I'll move over to the side so y'all can see this. All right. So the first out of the cash flow quadrant, we're going to have 4 quarters. We have our B. That's going to be our business. We have our I. That's going to be our investor. We have our E. That's going to be our employee. And then we have our S. That's going to be our self-employed. So everybody's going to fall into one of these categories. Some people may even fall into multiple categories, but most people are going to fall into the E quadrant. The E quadrant is going to be the employee. A lot of people fall down this trap of being just an employee. That's how you were taught to go to school, get a good job, get good grades, etc., go work for somebody. A lot of people are familiar with this area of E because that's just what we're taught. We're not taught how to be business owners. We're not taught how to be investors. So it gets into a situation where you're stuck in this E quadrant and you're only able to play the rules by the E. Whatever rules the E has for how you make money, that is what you can play. So for example, in the E quadrant, taxes are automatically taken out of your paycheck every month. Whether you make $5,000, $500, whatever, taxes are automatically coming out. And there's not a lot of things you can do to change that from happening. You either make your X amount of money and that's it. On top of that, in the E quadrant, you're trading a lot of time for money. So you go to job, you do 8 hours and you get paid. Let's say what minimum wage is like 12 here. So you get $12 an hour for 8 hours and you're trading your time for money. That is how most people understand the game. But if you want to get rich, if you want to be wealthy, you need to understand how to get out of this quadrant. Or if you want to still be in this quadrant, how to use other quadrants as well. So if you want to be E, you can be E and then transition to an I, an E, or transition into a B or something like that. Because there are a lot of people that do move from different quadrants and do multiple quadrants at the same time. But that's going to be very important to understand. In the E quadrant, you're trading your time for money and you don't have a lot of tax benefits when it comes to that. Next is going to be the S. The S quadrant is going to be your self-employed people. These are the people that have maybe like your barbershop license. These are going to be your cosmetologists. These are going to be your basically your solopreneurs, your solo entrepreneurs, people that are solo in their business. They're making money on their own. They're still trading time for money, but they're not reporting to a job. So this can be your Uber drivers in a sense, because they're independent contractors. So with this, on this side, it's always trading your time for money. And that's what we learn most of the time, trading time for money. In the S quadrant, you're starting to get into the entrepreneurship a little bit, but you're still in the mindset of trading time for money. And there's also not a lot of tax benefits. There's going to be more tax benefits than the E, but it's not going to be as many tax benefits that you could get on the other side of the quadrant. So that's something to be cognizant of and understand how that works. All right. So next is going to be your other side of the quadrant. It's going to be your B and your I. This is when you get into the situation where you understand, okay, this is where we're really making money. This is where we can not exchange time for money, but we can exchange money for more money, or loans for more money, or other people's time, OPM, for money. So let's start with the investor side. The investor side is when you put money in, you put a little money in, maybe you have $500, you put money in, and With that, it spins you out $5 every month, $10 every month. You're getting a slow drip for your money. It's when you're investing in stocks, when you're investing in real estate, when you're investing in maybe you have like a interest rate loan, maybe you have some royalties, something like that. This is how it's going to get you financially free. Being on the side of the B and the I is how you're going to get over exchanging your time for money. And that's what rich people do to get themselves to the next level, where they can have a quote unquote, maybe they're working a quote unquote job. Let's say a job. They're somewhat of an E, but they're able to have the freedom to do what they want because they have their I investments working, their real estate, their businesses, their different assets that are giving them more money, and they're not exchanging their time for money. On top of that, in the S quadrant, it's going to be very important. Taxes are going to be almost zero. You can set it up where, for example, if you're investing in real estate, you can set it up where your cash flow is coming in tax free. If you take the proper loans out, if you do the proper tax management, and you set it up well, you can be tax free in this quadrant. So that's going to be very important. And another benefit of being in this quadrant is the freedom of time as well as the tax benefits. The reason why it's like this is because the government wants us to invest and wants us to put money toward things that are very important for the economy. So affordable housing, they want us to continue to invest in businesses. They want us to continue to discover new things. So, for example, if we're running out of oil, they'll encourage people to invest in more oil, and they'll give a tax break for that. If they want people to do more electric energy, like the Tesla now, if people were to invest in that, they will give a tax break. So it's a win-win. And last but not least is going to be your B quadrant. This is going to be where you're getting into the big names, where you're able to hire a whole bunch of people. And instead of spending your time in exchanging for money, you're going to spend other people's time in exchange for money. This is where you're going to have you're going to hire employees, you're going to hire E's to do the work for you. And this is really gets leverage really nice because people will do the work for you. You can expand it as much as possible. And where you may be able to do 8 hours a day, you're able to multiply your time, where you have 2 people, now you can do 16 hours a day. 3 people, you can do 24 hours a day, and it begins to quickly expand. So understanding that leveraging your time and leveraging other people's time and leveraging your money is how you're going to get rich in this game, and how you're going to free yourself and become financially free. So understanding this game, understanding each quadrant is really going to set you up for the long term. If you don't understand it, make sure you go watch this video back and get a real good breakdown of how each one works. Because if you want to become financially free, you need to understand each quadrant, how it works, what quadrant you're in, and how you can get to another quadrant that will give you the target that you're looking for. If you're looking for freedom of time, you need to be on the other side. You need to be on the I quadrant or the B quadrant. Or maybe you're comfortable by working on your own. Maybe you're a solopreneur where you just want to set everything up on your own, where you're more in the S quadrant. It's really going to be up to you what your goals are, but understanding this is really going to help you out in the future. But if you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section down below. And that's going to wrap it up for this video. It's been your boy, Blessed Applesauce. Stay blessed. And I'm going to see you next time.
Just to see tomorrow is a blessing. Stay prayed up is the message. Everything about a nigga blessed. Everything about a nigga blessed.